This video is sponsored by Qualcomm. For a while now, a bunch of us tech commentators have been saying that the less expensive smartphones are getting so capable that you don't need to spend $1,000, $900, or even $750 for a great product. But those prices are exactly what Samsung will charge you to take home the large, medium, or small Galaxy S10. I spent about an hour with all three, plus a bonus 5G version before release, and I came away thinking that the price may actually be just right for a family of phones with almost no compromises. My very first reaction when the cloth came off was, oh, of course, that's what they look like. Not just because of all the leaks, but naturally, the S10 takes after the S9, which felt like a repackaged S8, which strongly resembled the S7. You get it. If you want aesthetic thrills, you'll have to look elsewhere. With the exception of a broader color catalog, the S10 is all about practical upgrades. Many of those upgrades span the lineup. No matter which S10 you buy in the States, you'll get a Snapdragon 855, a base storage of 128 gigs, expandable storage, IP68 dust and water resistance, and the latest version of the AMOLED screens, widely considered the best you can buy in a phone. You'll also get a personal favorite that for years I've been going to LG for. See, Samsung has done amazing things with its cameras, from dual apertures to super slow-motion video, but it took until today for Samsung to give us an ultra-wide-angle lens. Sitting alongside the primary shooter with its 77-degree field of view is a camera with 123 degrees of ultra-wide vision. It's not about the numbers, it opens up great photo opportunities, and I've had a lot of fun exploring those on the LG V40 and Huawei Mate 20 Pro. And speaking of Huawei, Samsung has included its own version of that company's most eye-popping feature from last year. So you just toggle this shortcut in the notification tray, and the S10's wireless charging system reverses itself, pushing current from the battery out the back of the phone at 4.5 watts. That means you'll be able to charge a Qi-compliant accessory, like Samsung's new Galaxy Buds or the Galaxy Watch, without carrying a cable around. That's the claim, anyway. Remember, I was stoked about this in the Mate 20 Pro, and the feature didn't always work the way it should. Be sure you're subscribed to the Mr. Mobile on YouTube so you can see how this shakes out in real life in the full review. Now, it's easy to get confused talking three phones at once, so I'll say it again. All of the features I've talked about so far are included in all of the Galaxy S10 variants. That means the $750 S10e will probably sell very well. I want one just so I can get that bile yellow version. Now, there are reasons you might want to shell out for the bigger S10 and S10 Plus, and mostly they're the obvious: bigger batteries and bigger displays. They also ditched something I didn't talk about on the S10e, the cheaper model's side-mounted fingerprint sensor. In its place is an ultrasonic scanner under the display, which I look forward to testing during my review. On top of that, you get higher storage options too, up to a terabyte on the S10 Plus and a truly ridiculous 12 gigs of RAM. The Android Pie software on these phones does not need 12 gigs of RAM, even with the new Samsung Experience riding atop it, but it's there nonetheless. The S10 Plus also comes with an option for a ceramic backplate in place of the glass, and it tosses in two more cameras to boot. A telephoto around back for zoom shots, you might remember this from the current generation Samsung phones, and another sensor up front for better depth detection on those selfies. I also like the little chrome around the window when you first launch the camera. Details, we like those. Finally, I promised you a peek at the 5G version, and really a peek is all I have enough footage for. I wasn't allowed to touch it, I didn't even get to see it turned on. But I can tell you the specs. It comes with 256 gigs of storage, 8 gigs of RAM, and there's no micro SD, because Samsung needed the space for 5G radios and a bigger battery. This will be exclusive to Verizon at first. It's expected sometime in the second quarter, with versions for other carriers later this summer. When you toss in all the straggler details I didn't get to, we're looking at 4 new smartphones with about a dozen new features spread in between. A combination compelling enough that I think the S10 family stands a strong chance of outselling its recent forerunners. Remember that I won't be able to put any of these features to an actual test until my full review, but if you already know you're gonna buy, I'll share exact availability after a quick word from my sponsor. This video is sponsored by Qualcomm, whose Snapdragon 855 mobile platform enables powerful camera features on some of the world's newest smartphones. What does that mean? Well, we're talking cinema-grade ambitions here. With HDR10+, you'll be able to capture more than 1 billion shades of color at 4K resolution for the first time. You'll be able to shoot portrait photos and video. It'll be easier to take photos in challenging lighting conditions. You'll see better and faster face detection. And you'll do all this while saving power. That's the power of Qualcomm Snapdragon 855. All 3 versions of the Galaxy S10 are up for pre-orders February 21, with an official on-sale date of March 8 and starting prices, once again, ranging from $750 to $999. Once again, those are starting prices. And folks, I am expecting more from Samsung, possibly at Mobile World Congress at the end of the month. So be sure you're following the Mr. Mobile on YouTube and Instagram. Until next time, thanks for watching, and stay mobile, my friends.